Hi everyone, this is Dr. Truel. I'm going to continue with our exercises. We are on exercise 11. We're going to learn about the clipping mask tool. So I am going to share my screen. Now we're on Photoshop. We're going to create a new file as usual. And I will select the printer size again. All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the clipping mask tool, which is really cool. You can do a lot of interesting things. So if you're creating advertisements, or if you are creating a fashion poster, it will be very useful. So what I'm going to do is go to Google Images, and I'm going to Google a New York skyline. I'm going to create New York in writing. We're going to do New York Fashion Week, okay? So I'm going to copy paste whichever one I like. So maybe let's do this one. Okay, go to the picture and then copy image. Now we can close this. And we're going to come to Photoshop. Oops. Say new, clipboard, create, and we are going to paste. Okay, now we have the New York skyline. Actually, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to select the text tool, and I'm going to type New York Fashion Week. Okay, New York Fashion Week. So let's change the font and everything. And we can do that. We can make this a little bit bigger. And I can always move it here. And let's see, what else can I do? Maybe I can even move that around. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer. You have to always enter to get out of these things. Create a new layer. And in this layer, I'm going to select an area. Okay, so maybe I select just the New York part. Let me see if I can actually. Let's do it this way. Deselect. Okay, I'm going to select this. And I'm going to go to edit, fill, and I can fill it with whatever I want to do. But first, I want to select the skyline as a pattern. So I'm going to go to this rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to select this here. And of course, I didn't check the image size. We may have to reduce this image size on this picture, but let's just try and see what happens with this. And then I will show you what happens when we reduce the image size. So I have this. I'm going to go to edit and define this as a pattern. Okay. So this is going to be New York Nights skyline. And we define this as a pattern. So now we can go here, and when I go fill, I can find that pattern that I just created, and it's going to be the very last one. Okay, so we covered that with this. Okay, and this is a separate layer, so I can also move this up a little bit to cover New York. Okay, I have this. Now I'm going to cover up the Fashion Week part. And we can do a rectangular shape for this one. Let's do this. And maybe for this one, I can select a different image. So again, I'm going to go to Google Images again. So I have this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy image and come back here, file new, clipboard, create, and then paste. And I'm going to select these flowers on this dress and define this as a pattern. So I'm going to, let's select where the flowers are. Okay. So I select this. We are defining this as a pattern. So we go to define pattern. And we say flowers. Okay, so we have defined this as a pattern. So now we can go back and we can fill this with that pattern. We got to be on the layer above the writing. So we say fill, and I'm going to select this pattern. Of course, I don't know if that matches or not. So we can always move this and you can bring it above the writing. Okay, so now we have it. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here on this. 1 second. Let's do deselect or enter. I'm going to go here and I'll say create clipping mask. And when you do that, you see that the patterns that you have kind of covers the writings. Okay. Now we have something that says New York Fashion Week. Of course, you can reduce the size of your pattern to make it a little bit different. So we can play with this here, be creative. We can also do only half. So for example, I can make this just half of Fashion Week. And then I can use another fill for the other half. You can create all of these as separate layers if you like. So let's just fill this one with something else, maybe with a color. We want to select the 2022 colors. Okay. All right, so you do that and we can move this again. Of course, you know, none of those are really matching, but we can do this and then go back here. Oops, you have to enter. Go here and create clipping mask and you can have this. So you can be creative and make it look a lot more different, but I don't like this color with the red. So I'm gonna get back to where we were before. You have to be on the layer and then go create clipping mask and you have it. All right, so I'm gonna save this on my Google Drive, Photoshop exercises, and this is going to be our exercise 11. Clipping mask. And save it. Okay, we are done for today.